I'll be your tour guide, as long as you two don't mind that I know nothing about art. By all means. Then let's begin with that painting over there. Alright. Lead the way, Miss Grinna. This is cute. That's the one of the fairy gem, right? Is she gonna comment on that? What a fantastical looking city. Does such a place really exist? It sure does. The gym leader there is pretty mystifying herself. That tree in the painting is supposed to be 1,500 years old. Maybe AZ watched it grow up. I bet you're right. I'm sure his long years of wandering took him to all kinds of places. I would quite like to see this 1,500-year-old tree. It's ours for the seeing. People can go practically anywhere as long as they've got Pokémon. My dear mama once told me the same thing. She said it's part of what makes a trainer's partnership with their Pokémon so amazing. I've gone all over the place with Lucario and the rest of my team, and I think your mom's spot on. Okay, let's see what's upstairs. Alright. Can't you just, like, take me up there? Do I really have to walk? That's cool. I wish they had fixed the tower, honestly. I don't like the skeletal-looking one. I know it looks a little bit more like the actual Eiffel Tower, but I wish the regular tower was still there. One truly appreciates the scale of Lumio City when seeing it laid out this way. Hotel Rich Bitch and this museum would be over there, right? Indeed. They're a fairly long way from Hotel Z, with many people filling in the city between them. Yeah, the city's sheer charm draws all kinds of people here. The Lumios can also be a disaster magnet. That big power outage, the tower running wild, and now there's hyperspace Lumios too. That's true, as much as I hope to find that fine legendary Pokemon in hyperspace. The idea that hyperspace Lumios could merge with Lumios is troubling. We'll stop it. Yeah, that's why we're doing all this survey work. I'm doing it to make sure things turn out okay. And plus, we're gonna find what's causing all this rogue Mega Evolution and stop it. We won't let those poor Pokemon keep suffering. Indeed, I'll make donuts diligently to support you. Is it alright if we go see what's on display over there? You bet. Yeah, those look pretty cool to me, too. It's remarkable that people in the olden days used handmade Pokeballs to catch Pokemon. They sure had it rough. Thank goodness we can mass-produce them now, like at the Pokeball factory here in Kalos. Getting interested in catching some Pokemon for yourself, Ansha? Seems more like you're Hoopa's friend than his trainer, but I bet you'd do a great job. I'm not quite sure I'm up to the challenge of becoming a Pokemon trainer. Especially considering the examples I'd have to live up to, such as my dear mighty mama. Being a Pokemon trainer doesn't mean you have to try to be the strongest one, you know. Although, I'm curious how it'd feel to reach rank A in the CA Royale. Anything to share, AJ? I was over the moon. Sure, what a weird phrase for a young person to say. Makes sense. You were doing it so you could stop the tower from wrecking the city, after all. That seems more like a response to the first thing I would have said, but alright. Well, Ansha, if you change your mind about becoming a Pokemon trainer, let us know. I'll put you through the my special coaching process. You're very kind. I'll consider it. Shall we move on to the next exhibit? Shall we ever? Are we not going to look at hers? Is that what we're going to do next, I guess? I need to go play some more Legends Arceus. It's such a good game. Oh, are they still upstairs? I just assumed. Oh yeah, there's other stuff in this room. Of course they're looking at it. This is kind of fun, but I mean, I already did all of this myself. This is the Temple of Sinnoh. They say some legendary Pokemon appeared here. What if we found a section of hyperspace Lumios resembling this temple? Do you think the fine legendary Pokemon I'm looking for would be there? Hard to say, maybe. If the Pokemon you're after has something to do with this temple, that is. That would make sense. Hey, don't forget, you've already got a spectacular Pokemon in Hoopa right there. Maybe it seems like no big deal since you're together all the time, but that one's special. Yeah, he seems to agree. How did you meet Hoopa, anyway? I happened upon Hoopa, well, I suppose it was about 6 months ago now. The poor thing looked much worse for wear. It seemed to have just lost a battle with a mighty Pokemon it played a prank on. But I fed Hoopa a fresh-baked donut and it perked up straight away. It's stuck by my side ever since and helped me visit hyperspace as well. Whoa, so your donuts were so tasty that they unlocked Hoopa's inner power. I guess people in Pokemon meet for a reason, even if we're not their trainers. Okay, my turn to pick... Okay, now we're gonna look at hers, alright. Wait, Miss Corinna. Yeah, okay. I like this, getting to know Anansha and getting commentary on stuff. Pretty cool. Check out this painting, Anansha. What is this place? It's called the Tower of Mastery. I trained there for ages. Did you always know you wanted to be a Pokemon trainer, Miss Corinna? Not exactly. When I was a kid, my parents were super busy. Kind of like yours, Anansha. I hung out with my grandpa a lot and naturally started to follow in his footsteps. That's how I ended up becoming a trainer. Is our conversation about whether you want to be a trainer weighing on you? I suppose so. It's mostly to do with my dear mama. I look up to her very much, so I'd love to be able to gift her with that fine Pokemon. But if I became a trainer, I worry I'd never live up to the standards she set. Maybe, maybe not. I bet as long as you do what you really want, she'll be happy for you. That's what my grandpa wanted for me, anyway. Although he does sometimes sigh and ask what happened to the quiet little kid I used to be. Haha. Goodness. Either way, you're already amazing, Anansha. Even if you aren't a trainer, you've befriended a Pokemon like Hoopa. That's really something. And I say nothing. Anyway, I think I'm all museumed out. Should we head to the Blue District to Cafe Soleil? Yes, please. Can we just tell... Nope. Okay. All the way across the damn city. I'm gonna headcanon that I take a taxi. Have to talk to you, I guess. Assume they'd be at a table, but I guess we're ordering. So this is Cafe Soleil. What a lovely looking place. I'll order for us. Alright. Sorry, it's starting to hurt. My voices are blending together. Do you take your coffee with sugar, Anansha? I'll try it without. That's how my dear mama takes hers. You're not gonna like it. This is the flavor Mama loves so much. I may need to wait and approach it again when I'm a bit more grown up. I've loved black coffee since I was a very young kid. I'm weird that way. Your Soleil blend is looking real good to me. Trade you for my Moo Moo milk tea? If you don't mind, but I've already taken a sip. That's cute. Deal. Very cute. Let me guess, Hoopa. You're thinking you'd rather have one of Anansha's donuts than this stuff. You get an amazing boost of power whenever you eat one of Anansha's donuts, right? But even so, you took a licking from some amazing Pokemon before Anansha found you. Didn't seem to like bringing that up. And then you went and took Anansha into hyperspace with you. I guess I'm just now realizing how glad we should be that she came back unharmed. Yeah. We wouldn't be able to do any of our survey work in Hyperspace Lumios without you two. So if things get rough, ask us for help. We gotta take care of you. I like that. She's been very nice to Anansha, being respectful to her while also taking care of her because she's a kid, but also getting all this information out of her that might help with the work we're trying to do. This is very well written dialogue. Like, it's a little cheesy still because it's Pokemon dialogue, but in terms of, like, story writing, this is really solid. Let's keep up the good work, for all of Lumios' sake. Pee-ya-ya. When you think about it, what Ansha's doing is way more impressive than just being a trainer. Right, AJ? I'm glad you're with us, Ansha. Thank you for saying so. Looking back, it was reckless of me to dive headlong into hyperspace Lumios. But when Hoopa pried open that distortion, I simply couldn't fight my curiosity. Yeah, that's human nature. You wouldn't try to peek through and see what's on the other side. A sane person. You'd do the same, right, AJ? I mean, I would, but I'm not sane either. I knew it. Wow, I lost track of time chatting. I bet we'll hear from Corbeau pretty soon, huh? Most likely. As much as I hate for our fun to end, we'd better return to Hotel Z. And they left me behind again. I didn't even check if there were any interesting distortions around. Are these the same ones from before? No, they're not. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what you are. We get Gulpin? We'll see. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay. Got some ideas of where I want to go. Assuming we get to soon. The gang's all back. How was playing tourist for a change? Oh, it was lovely. What a luxurious way to pass the time. Lucky you. Wish I could have tagged along. You could visit the museum and go to cafes literally anytime you want. You just don't get it, Naveen. I guess we've got more important things to talk about. Indeed. Well, well done not derailing the conversation. We have something for you, Ansha. Whatever could it be? Hey! Why, look at my apron. It's emblazoned with our logo. Pee-ya! Just a little something we whipped up while you were out in the town. We? Welcome to Team MZ, Ansha. Thank you. I'm so pleased to be matching with everyone at last. Try so hard to be stoic. How come only Ansha gets a logo? Can't you sew one onto my outfit too? What outfit? You're wearing barely anything and most of it's covered in megastones. Yeah, see, he agrees. Oh, true. These megastones are symbols of my bonds with my Pokemon. I'd never take them off. Logo or no-go. Karina, you're part of Team MZ too. Cool, expanding our roster. I like it. What was that? Wait, did you all hear that? It sounded like it came from the strategy meeting room. Let's go see what it was. Go check that room, AJ. Really? Now I have to go check for ghosts? You guys are useless. I never looked at the pictures in here. I need to do that. No one seems to be here. Guess we've got ghosts. Please don't start. What's wrong? Getting flashbacks to Rogue Mega Bayonet? Come on, Naveen. You're not actually scared. Ah, the Gulpin. Glup. That's cute. Ah! This is adorable. Like, this has been like roughly 30 minutes of just like story stuff, but I'm really enjoying it. This Gulpin must have come from hyperspace Lumios, right? Yeah, I know Emma's been dealing with cases where Pokemon mysteriously appear, and I think this Gulpin probably turned up the same way. I wonder if I can actually go talk to her about that. Yeesh, I bet Pokemon will pop up like this all over the city if we don't take care of things. That wouldn't be so bad, would it? What shall we do about our Gulpin guest? I wonder if the tasty smell of Chef Ansha's donuts lured here. I suppose it could just live here, couldn't it? AZ let Pokemon stay here after all, and I'm willing to forget the scare it gave me. So we have a pet. Cool. Can I catch you? Hello again, helpful squad. Sorry for the hold-up. We've gone over the data for your missions and we learned something big. I need a rogue mega evolution task force over here pronto, all 3 of you. Wow, you're a task force now. You gonna go, Urbane? Obviously. Lita, Naveen, can you two hold down the fort and look after Anja? We definitely owe Corbo an in-person visit after all the data crunching is done. Let's go. Sure, I guess. Alright. What's up, boss? There you are. Let's get the how do you do's. That distortion above what used to be Prism Tower continues to confound us. Yep. All this research, and we're still in the dark about that massive whatever it is. You've got a lot on your plate. Maybe, but it's not all bad news. After poring over all this data, we've come up with a theory about Hyperspace Lumios itself. We think Hyperspace Lumios is sort of a big melange of subconscious thoughts. Okay. That kind of tracks with how, like, oddly structured it is. Not just, like, the layout of the locations, but having, like, similar themed Pokemon and the floating items and stuff. Even the scaffolding that is mostly just incomplete. Like a standard citizen walking around seeing all the scaffolding in Lumios might think it's just a big hodgepodge of stuff, and that might get stuck in their head. I don't think I get it. It's a little difficult for me to even explain, truth be told. Philippe, fill them in. Well, to elaborate on the boss's summary, I hate this voice. The degree to which Hyperspace Lumios resembles parts of our city made us suspicious, so we went looking through our survey data to see if we could find a cause for the resemblance. We've come to suspect that it's not Lumios itself being reflected per se, but rather memories of it. In other words, the subconscious. Yeah, that makes sense, actually, weirdly enough. Thanks for the crash course, Philippe. We're not through analyzing yet. Who knows? Maybe it's a reflection of the subconscious of people and Pokemon. There's a lot more we need to learn, which means you've got a lot more surveying to do, I figured. If Hyperspace Lumios keeps expanding at this rate, there's no telling what havoc might occur. We'll stop it. Good, because Team MZ is pretty much all we can count on. But don't get overconfident. It's still tough in there. Use experience candies you find in hyperspace to beef up your Pokemon if you need to. Yeah, our Pokemon don't seem to get experience points for defeating the Pokemon in Hyperspace Lumios. I wouldn't know, because all my Pokemon are already max level. I guess we'd better order up some more donuts from Chef Ansha. More Ultra Balls? I've got like 1,000 of them, man. Come on. I really don't need these. Good luck out there. Thanks. See if I have any interesting donuts I can make real quick. Because we just got new butter, right? Okay. Hi, Gulpin. Sitting on the small table. Hey, Chef. Oh yes, our Gulpin guest. Lita believed it was lured by the tantalizing aroma of my donuts, no? Perhaps you could be so kind as to share a donut with it, AJ? Oh, I bet this is a mechanic that lets you get rid of your donuts that have kind of been outpaced by the DLC so far. Sure. Give you one of these old bad ones, right? Chomp chomp gulp. So cute. And it gave me a berry. Alright, cool. Neat. How delightful. Our Gulpin guest looks quite pleased now. Why don't you continue to feed Gulpin whenever you have donuts? Yeah, that's a cool mechanic, and I'm genuinely surprised that the game designers thought of it. He spit out 10 Poke and a Chartleberry. 5 berries, that's what I figured. Let's go. Okay. Let's do those to start. Catching power rock. Not great, but it's something. Sure. Plus 30, okay. Make a couple more of these while I'm here. Alright, and that's pretty much as many as I can make. Used up all my hyper berries to do it. So, I mean, I could make some with regular berries, but I have a feeling those are going to be pretty useless at this point. Alright, let's go do another thing real quick before I sign off for today, because my throat is killing me. This one looked interesting. It was different from the other ones. Real quick before I go in here. Wrong button. Cool. Alright, now let's go. I probably don't need the plus 30 one here. This is probably enough. Let's try this one. I want to watch this cutscene sometimes because it's really cute, but I'll probably skip it part of the time too. Okay, I'm basically in an alternate version of the same place. Complete your mission. Okay, so it's literally just a side mission, and I have the time that I left myself with to do it? Okay, that's... You're both of the Raichu ladies. Hey! I'm gonna headcanon that you're dating, because that sounds adorable. I don't remember what voices I gave you guys, or which one of you is which. Tracy's the one on the right, I think. Oh, it's you! Thank you again for giving me that Pikachu back then. Yeah. Thunderstones really are wondrous, aren't they? I just adore my Raichu. Alola! And thank you for the Pokemon trade, of course. The Raichu you gave me is such a delight. But today, the two of us aren't here to ask you for another favor, but rather to do one for you. Why are you in here, anyway? I didn't even think about that. Because we're here to show you... Right? Oh, this is how you get them. Raichu's Mega Evolutions. Okay. I can vibe with that. Are you ready to battle us so we can show off our Mega Evolved Raichu duo? Sure. Let's go. And then allow us to demonstrate in battle. Behold the Mega Evolutions of Raichu. What is happening? Maybe this is like the dream them, which means they dream about each other, which means they're dating. Yeah, this is like the dream them, because their Raichus just became the same size. Would that have happened if I hadn't given, if I hadn't traded an Alpha Raichu? I'm curious now. Okay. Sent out Raichu. They're the same gender too, so I can't even tell them apart that way. Oh, this is not a great matchup. Who's better? Oh, hold on. Transform into Mega Raichu X and let loose the electromagnetism for your twin tails. Allow me to battle you on behalf of the Mega Raichu Y Promotion Committee. You, I guess? So I could cheese this? Yep, then now you're knocked out, okay. Mega Evolve. Hurry up. This thing becomes Ghost type too, which is very cool. I like that a lot. Didn't know if I mentioned that before. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go over here, further away from you, and switch. Giga Drain. Leech Seed. Mega Evolve. Heal. Wow, this is tough. More tough than I expected it to be. Drain. Gleam. I don't know if they're type... Okay, cool. Whew, that was a little harder than I expected it to be. I don't know if their type changes when they mega. Well, we'll have to look into that. But that was the Raichu I used my Thunderstone on, and I'd even given it Raichu Knight X to hold. You mean even a Mega Raichu Y can't defeat you and your team? That's just too strong. And it was 2-on-1, too. No wonder you came out on top. You're an amazing ZA trainer. That was just what I expected from the trainer who saved Lumio City from a certain doom. It seems we've got to thank you once again, AJ. It's thanks to you that our Raichu duo was born. Are you guys gonna get married? Yeah, just give me the things. Yep. Their Raichu's turned back to normal. I hope we meet again someday, AJ. Alola. That's adorable. Cool. I got money from it, too. Awesome. Don't really have anything to use those with yet, but, you know, I do have a Raichu, and as soon as I get him back, I'll get him here. I'll have to try that out. Yep.